What's cracking, my fellow travelers? Today's subject is what I can only imagine is the inspiration behind TLC's hit song Waterfalls, and that, of course, is the one and only Iguazu Falls. No messing around here, guys. I'm just gonna come straight out of the gate and say it that I'm not a big fan of waterfalls. Yeah, I said I think they're a little overrated, and generally speaking, I think you might be a little out of your mind if you're gonna go out of your way and spend a bunch of money just to see some water, you know, fall. Sure, if you're going to a cool swimming hole or like a nice scenic hike, if there's like a waterfall there, I mean that's fine. You can just be like, oh hey, yeah, that's a waterfall. That's cool. But it's important in this situation to view the swimming hole or the hike as like the main course, right? And in best case scenario, the waterfall is like a garnish or something like that. Like, imagine that you go to a nice restaurant and you get a nice steak, and there's like just a little bit of parsley on the side. I mean, that's fine. I mean, a little bit of presentation never killed anybody. But now let's imagine, if you will, that you go to the same restaurant, and this time they just bring you out a plate just covered in parsley, right? And there's just a little itty bitty piece of steak there. I imagine your reaction would be along the lines of, the fuck is this, right? Because who in their right mind would pay for and eat a plate just full of parsley? The correct answer, of course, no one. And that's the unfortunate thing about Iguazu Falls, is that you just end up paying for a plate full of parsley. And to make things worse, Iguazu Falls is super isolated, and getting around Argentina is not cheap. Like, it doesn't matter if you fly or take a bus, it's probably gonna cost you around $100 both ways. And that's insane, especially if you're traveling on a budget. And the town that surrounds Iguazu Falls has literally nothing to offer that'll tempt you to stay more than just a day or two. So basically, you're paying like $200 just to go to some isolated restaurant so you can eat a plate of parsley. Come on. Now, as much fun as it's been comparing a natural wonder of the world to a restaurant that sounds like it's straight out of a Kitchen Nightmares episode, I'm just going to drop the metaphor here, guys, and just get down to brass tacks and just start listing off some general grievances that I have about this place, because, you know, I just don't want to waste any more of your time, so let's just get into the heart of the matter, if you will. So my first major problem with this place is that your ability to move around the park is limited to these metal walkways that are color-coded, and it makes it feel more like walking around an amusement park than like exploring nature, because you're not allowed to explore any of the surrounding nature with like any sense of freedom at all. And that's a big problem for me because, you know, I'm an American, and as an American I love my freedom. And one of the reasons I go out in nature is for that ultimate sense of freedom. You can explore and go wherever you want, and it's great. And with these metal walkways, that's not going to happen. And I know you at home, you might be thinking, hey Jacob, you know, those walkways, they're there for safety, so people don't get swept off the falls. Plus, a lot of slippery rocks, and you know, having a nice flat, even place to walk is pretty safe. Also, they give you access to some pretty cool views. And you know what? Those are completely valid points. But here's the thing, if you think me, an American, isn't going to use my freedom of speech and my freedom of expression to not complain about something completely inconsequential, then I'm not entirely sure you understand what it means to be American. Also, is this mini selfie sticks really necessary? Like, I get it, and I know you want to, you know, document your travels and upload all these photos to Instagram or whatever social media platform it is so you can get that hit of dopamine. I get it, I've been there, we all have. But I can only handle so many people taking out their phones and smiling at their phones while the whole reason that they came here is behind them, just so they can, you know, upload this picture, and inevitably they'll caption it with just some ridiculous paragraph that's just overflowing with positive adjectives like an amazingly captivating and spiritual journey to the beautiful and powerful Iguazu Falls aroused my passionate soul beyond compare. As I now know that although I feel so small in the shadow of this breathtaking natural giant, my path in this wondrous experience that we call life will provide me with the sacred opportunity to leave my own unique footprint on this majestic planet that we call home, which I am eternally grateful for. Hashtag nature, hashtag hiking, hashtag hola, hashtag agua, hashtag bonita, hashtag Argentina, hashtag these sound more like complaints about social media and they don't really have anything to do with Iguazu Falls. Yeah, That's a valid point. Let's get back on topic. A popular phrase that I hear when people describe why they like Iguazu Falls so much is that it's so much water. Why are you guys acting like you've never seen the ocean before? Like, it's okay to be impressed by the scope and the magnitude and like the natural beauty of Iguazu Falls, but if you think that's a lot of water, like every time you lay eyes on the ocean, you better act like that shit just blows your fucking mind, because that, my friends, is actually so much water. So, final thoughts on Iguazu Falls. The experience can be summarized basically as spending one whole day to travel to a small town that has really nothing to offer except for this giant park where you and a shit ton of other people are just going to get funneled from one scenic lookout area to the next, and there's really no time or place to enjoy what you're looking at because everyone and their mother is more concerned about capturing the moment instead of enjoying it in the moment. And then after that's all said and done, you get back on a bus, go back to the town that no one really cares about. You buy a ticket to your next destination, and then you have another day of travel where you can just, spend the day reflecting on what a giant waste of time and money this whole experience was. In other words, you should not go here. Like, I might be able to make an exception if you're crossing the border between Brazil and Argentina. Like, I could see this being a cool border crossing experience. But if you're just in Argentina, there's no way in good conscience that I can recommend this place to anyone. Because as far as I'm concerned, it's just too out of the way, and this place just sucks. Sorry. Well, that's gonna do it for me today, guys. And until next time, remember, don't go chasing waterfalls.